The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Princess Adejoke Orelokpe Adefulire, has given strong assurances of a strategic partnership with the Nigerian Bar Association and other development partners in a bid to attain the relevant goals in the SDGs framework. The presidential aide made this known at the meeting of the NBA with development partners held in Abuja on Wednesday. According to the SSAP SDGs, the strategic partnership will help accelerate efforts towards the attainment of Goals 10, 16, and 17, which deals on issues of access to justice, peace, inequalities, inclusive society, and partnership for sustainable development.
I think the essence of the meeting of today being convened by the Nigerian Bar Association and the donor agencies, as well as the Office of Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, is to find a way in which we can partner together using the donor agencies, our office, as well as NBA, to look at possibility of partnership for sustainable development and to ensure that the weak, the poor are being represented and they are not cheated. Our Goal 10 of SDG talks about inequalities. And Goal 16 talks about peace, justice, and strong institution, and Goal 17 is about partnership for the goals. So I think 3 goals of sustainable development, I said it all about how we can strengthen the capacity of the poor, of the weak, and of the vulnerable. You can't, because you don't have money, or you are poor, or you are vulnerable, you will not have legal representation when you are cheated. So I think that the concept of what we have discussed today is to come up with the partnership of the donor agencies, our office, and NBA to come up with the strong institution which they represent, to also ensure that pro bono is being strengthened and extended to all the part of the country. 2, to ensure also that no matter your status, you get a legal representation, you'll be supported and you'll be helped. That's the essence of the meeting. And I think that working together with the donor agencies and the Nigerian Bar Association and our office, we'll be able to help the poor and make them strong. Stronger together is the slogan of SDG in Nigeria, so that we don't leave anybody behind.
With inequality still prevalent and large disparities apparent in access to health, legal and education services, and other assets, efforts by stakeholders must be upped and sustained towards lifting people out of poverty and protecting the most vulnerable in the society. To reduce inequality, policies should be universal in principle, paying attention to the needs of disadvantaged and marginalized populations, Princess Orelokpe Adefulire stated. Also speaking at the event, the president of the Nigerian Bar Association, A.B. Mahmood, stated that the partnership will ensure that the association bequeaths to the nation a reformed legal system and a society where justice and equity prevails.
The strategic plan itself is a well thought out document with clear objectives and clearly defined programs, which focus on the 4 key areas we have identified in terms of what we seek to achieve within the next 2 years, but also hopefully in the coming years. The key areas, of course, are the regulation, improvement of the regulation of the legal profession, enhancing the capacity of the bar, but also the various public interests we are currently pursuing, human rights protection, access to justice, the interventions in the Northeast, the intervention in the Niger Delta, and some of the interventions we're doing, currently engaged with in the areas of transitional justice programs, which we're pursuing in partnership with a number of other agencies, including the Federal Ministry of Justice, Human Rights Commission, and other partners. We're also looking at the anti-corruption effort of the NBA, which is receiving a lot of support and a lot of attention. So hopefully by the end of the 2018 legal year, we'll be able to say that we've achieved most, if not all, of our objectives that we have identified in the strategic plan.
The meeting, which also reviewed the public interest programs of the association in line with its strategic plan that was recently adopted, had in attendance representatives from various development organizations. Adesuwa Osui, Fresh News TV.